Good evening and welcome again. I'm continuing the reading from the book of 1 Samuel from the Old Testament of the Holy Bible, chapter 28, 29, 30, and 31. The last four chapters of the first book of Samuel. The first book of Samuel from the Old Testament of the Holy Bible has got 31 chapters. So we are coming to the close of the first book, reading the last four chapters. And it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare to fight against Israel. And Achish said unto David, Know thou assuredly that thou go out with me to battle, thou and thy men. And David said to Achish, Surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Achish said to David, Therefore will I make thee keeper of my head forever. Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel lamented him, and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits, the wizards, out of the land. And the Philistines gathered themselves together, and came and pitched in Shunem. And Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. And when Saul saw the host of Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. But when he inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Then said he to the servants, Seek me a woman that be of a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, Behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor. And so he disguised himself, and put on another raiment, and he went, and two men with him. And they came to the woman by night, and he said, Pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul has done, how he has cut off those that has familiar spirit, and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? And Saul sware to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall be no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. And he said unto her, What form is he of? And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground, and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am so distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by the prophets nor the dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou make known unto me what I shall do. Then said Samuel, Wherefore then thou dost ask me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? And the Lord has done to him as he spake by me. The Lord has rent the kingdom of thine hand, and given to thy neighbor, even to David. And because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executest his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore has the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. Moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel unto thee into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow shall thou thy sons be with me. The Lord also shall deliver the host of Israel unto the hand of the Philistines. Then Saul straightway all along on the earth fell, and was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all day, nor all night. And the woman came unto Saul, and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, Behold, thine handmaid has obeyed thy voice. I have put my life in thy hand, and have hearkened unto thy words which thou spakest unto me. Now therefore I pray thee, hearken thou not also unto the voice of thy handmaid, and let me make a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou may have strength when thou goest on thy way. But he refused, and said, I will not eat. But his servants together with the woman compelled him, and he hearkened unto their voice. So he rose from the earth, and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a fat calf in her house, and she hasted and killed it, and took flour, and kneaded it, and did bake unleavened bread thereof. And she brought it to Saul, and before his servants, and they did eat. They rose up and went away that night. Chapter 29. Now the Philistines gathered together all the armies to Aphek, and Israelites pitched by a fountain which is in Jezreel. And the lords of the Philistines passed on by hundreds, by thousands, but David and his men passed on in the rearward with Achish. And then said the princes of Philistines, Where do these Hebrews here? And Achish said unto the princes of Philistines, Is not this David, the servant of Saul the king of Israel, which has been with me these days? or these years? Or have I found fault in him since he fell into unto me this day? And the princes of the Philistines were wroth with him. And the princes of the Philistines said unto him, Make this fellow return, that he may go again to the place which thou hast appointed him. Let him not go down with us to battle, lest in the battle he be an adversary to us. For wherewith should he reconcile himself unto his master? Should he not be with the heads of these men? Is not David, of whom they sang in one of the dances, saying, Saul slew his thousands and David the 10,000s. Then Achish called David and said unto them, Surely as the Lord liveth, thou hast been upright, and thy going out and thy coming in with me in the host is good in my sight, for I have found no evil in thee since the day of thy coming unto me unto this day. Nevertheless the Lords favour thee not. Wherefore now return and go in peace, that thou displease not the lords of the Philistines. And David said unto Achish, But what have I done? And what hast thou found in thy servant so long? As I have been unto thee this day, have I not go fight with against the enemies of my lord the king? And Achish answered and said to David, I know that thou art good in my sight, and an angel of God. Notwithstanding the princes of the Philistines have said, He shall not go up with us to battle. Wherefore now rise up early in the morning with the master's servant that are come with thee, and as soon as ye be up early in the morning, and have light, depart. So David and the men rose early to depart in the morning, and to return into the land of the Philistines. And the Philistines went up to Jezreel. Chapter 30. And it came to pass, when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day, and the Amalekites had invaded the south and Ziklag, and smitten Ziklag, and burned it with fire, and taken the women captives, that they slew not any, neither great nor small, carried them away, and went on the way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons, their daughters were taken captives. And David and the people that were with him lifted the voice and wept, until they had no power to weep. And David's two wives were taken captives, Ahinoam the Jezreelitess, and Abigail the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and daughters. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought hither the ephod unto David. And David inquired of the Lord, saying, Shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, saying, Pursue, for thou shalt surely overcome them, and without fail recover all. So David went, and he and his 600 men that were with him, and came to the brook Bezor. Unto those that were left behind stayed. And David pursued, he and 400 men. For 200 abode behind, which were so faint that they could not go over to the brook Bezor. And they found an Egyptian in the field, and brought him to David, and gave him bread, and he did eat. And they made him drink water. And they gave him a piece of cake of figs, and 2 clusters of raisins, which he had eaten. His spirit came to him, for he had eaten no bread, nor drunk any water 3 days and 3 nights. And David said unto him, To whom belongs you, and whence art thou? And he said, I am a young man of Egypt, servant to an Amalekite, and my servant left me, because 3 days ago I fell sick. We had made an invasion upon the south of the Cherethites, and upon the coast which belongeth to Judah, and upon the south of Caleb. We burned Ziklag with fire. And David said unto him, Canst thou bring me down to this company? And he said, Swear upon me, my God, that thou wilt not kill me, nor deliver me into the hands of a master, and I will bring thee down to this company. And when he had brought him down, behold, they were spread abroad upon all the earth, eating and drinking and dancing, because of the great spoil that they had taken out of the land of the Philistines, and out of the land of Judah. And David smote them from twilight even unto the evening of next day, and there escaped not a man of them, save 400 young men, which rode upon camels and fled. And David recovered all that the Amalekites had carried away. And David rescued his 2 wives, and there was nothing lacking to them, neither small nor great, neither sons or daughters, neither spoil, nor anything that they had taken to them. David had recovered all. And David took all the flocks and the herds, and they drove before those other cattle, and said, This is David's spoil. And David came to the 200 men, which were so faint that they could not follow David, whom they had made also to abide at the brook Besor. And they went forth to meet David, and to meet the people that were with him. And when David came near to the people, he saluted them, and answered all the wicked men and men of Belial, and those that went with David, and said, Because they went not with us, we will not give them aught to the spoil that we have recovered, save to every man his wife and his children, that they may lead them away and depart. Then said David, Ye shall not do so, my brethren, with that which the Lord has given us, who has preserved us and delivered the company that came against us into our hand. For who will hearken unto you in this matter? But as his part is that goeth down to battle, so shall his part be that carrieth away the stuff. They shall part alike. And it was from that day forward that he made it a statute and ordinance for Israel unto this day. And when David came to Siglag, he sent of the spoil unto the elders of Judah, and to his friends, saying, Behold, a present for you of the spoil of the enemies of the Lord, to them that were in Bethel, and to them that were in the south of Ramoth, and to them that were in Chatir, and to them that were in Aroer, and to them that were in Shipnoth, and to them that were in Eshtamoth, and to them that were in Rachel, and to them that were in the cities of Jerahmeelites, and to them that were in the cities of the Kenites, and to them that were in Hormah, and to them that were in Chorashan, and to them that were in Athak, and to them that were in Hebron, to all the places where David himself and his men were wont to haunt. The last chapter of the first book of Samuel from the Old Testament of the Holy Bible, chapter 31. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines, and fell down slain in Mount Gilboa. And the Philistines followed hard upon Saul and his sons, and the Philistines slew Jonathan and Abinadab and Melchishua and Saul's son. And the battle went sore against Saul, and the archers hit him. He was sore wounded of the archers. And Saul unto his armor-bearer said, Draw thy sword, thrust me through therewith, lest these uncircumcised come and thrust me through, and abuse me. But his armor-bearer would not, for he was sore afraid. Therefore Saul took out a sword and fell upon it. And when the armor-bearer saw that Saul was dead, he fell likewise upon his sword, and died with him. And Saul died, and his 3 sons, and his armor-bearer, and all his men, the same day together. And when the men of Israel that were on the other side of the valley, and they that were on the other side of Jordan, saw that the men of Israel fled, and that Saul and his sons were dead, they forsook the cities and fled. And the Philistines came and dwelt in them. And it came to pass on the morrow, when the Philistines came to strip the slain, and they found Saul and his 3 sons fallen in Mount Gilboa, they cut off the head and stripped off the armor, sent into the land of the Philistines round about, to publish it in the house of their idols, and among the people. And they put his armor in the house of Ashtaroth, and they fastened his body to the wall of Bethshan. And when the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead heard of that which the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men arose and went all night, and took the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons from the wall of Bethshan, and came to Jabesh, and burned them there. And they took their bones and buried them under a tree in Jabesh, and fasted 7 days. There ends the first book of Samuel from the Old Testament of the Holy Bible.